Hi, my name is Kathleen Sang. I'm the owner and creative director of Sunny Kilogram. Labels are an important part of forms on a website. Text within a label tag isn't just text. It actually is a label that describes a form element. Sadly, labels are underused because they perform no aesthetic function. Today I'm going to show you how to properly use a label in a form. Let's get started. I'm going to pull up my HTML file right here. And if you notice, it already has a form and a few checkboxes in it. All right. To properly use a label, you would need to add the attribute for right here. Okay. To associate it with the ID of the input that the label is for. So let's take a look. My first checkbox is for the artist Vincent van Gogh. And the ID of the input box is right here. It's Van Gogh, all right? And the label that I have here has a for attribute, and the value of it matches the ID, okay? Now let's move on to the second checkbox. The ID here is Modigliani, but for the label, I neglected to put the for attribute, all right? And for the third input checkbox, I didn't even bother using the label. Now, let's take a look at how each of these is being rendered in the browser. So I'm going to refresh that. And there it is, our form. At first glance, you don't really notice any difference, right, among the three checkboxes. However, notice what happens when I click on the name Van Gogh here. I can actually check or uncheck the checkbox, all right? Now let's do the second option. I'm clicking, but nothing, all right? And the third one, I don't even have the hand cursor here, okay? Well, the second one doesn't work unless I actually click on the checkbox, because this label right here, remember, let's go back to the code. Remember the second one here? I have a label, but I didn't put the for attribute in there, like the first one, okay? So it's just a label, so it doesn't know which checkbox it's supposed to be for. That's why when I click on it, nothing happens. The third one, this Warhol, this text here isn't even a label. So that's why not only can I not check the checkbox, it's actually also not a hand. Notice the cursor here, hand, hand, and not a hand. Well, that's because in my CSS, which I'm going to pull up for you right now, and scroll down, notice this input, this label element here. I actually set the cursor here to pointer, but because the Warhol text isn't actually a label, let's go back here. When I roll over it, the cursor doesn't change. For developers, it's sometimes easier to rely purely on the visual to see whether or not something we code works. However, we must remember that every element that exists is the result of years of research by the W3C, and they exist for a reason. My name is Kathleen Sang. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.